Hey, we're back at the top again today with another PAX Pokemon Wi-Fi Battle, rather PAX Pokemon League. This one is against Jose, and his team theme is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And as always, you can see my team is once again the rain team that we've known and loved over the past month or so. But the team that he's rocking out with, no pun intended, because there are 4 rock types on this team, is Mamoswine, Tyranitar, Raikou, Tyrantrum, Bastiodon, and Aerodactyl. So we're gonna jump into this match right now and see if we can get through the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Can we morph our way to a victory? But I'm gonna go ahead and lead with Michael Bay, as he leads with Kimberly. I believe that is the Pink Ranger. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, of course. And fun fact, I didn't actually know what the theme was until he actually told me at the end of the battle, so that's funny. So, I'm actually gonna go ahead and predict the Taunter something, because, I mean, it's a lead Aerodactyl. So, actually, that's not what I was predicting. I just wanted to break the Focus Sash that I thought it had. So, I avoided the taunt pretty nicely, and I can go into Static Major. Unfortunately, I can't outspeed it right off the bat, but I can intimidate it. So I got that going for me, which is nice. But I can just go ahead and Volt Switch out here. Hopefully the hit I take isn't going to be as bad, but instead, Kimberly sets up Stealth Rock, so apparently she's not very offensive. As, I mean, I can just fire away this Volt Switch and knock out the Pink Ranger. So I'm doing the main antagonist of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think that was before my time, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not up to the lingo of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But he's going to bring in Zach here, which I don't know which one that one is now that I look at it. But he's actually going to go for Ice Shard. Gonna do a ton and just straight up one-shot Aquila right then and there. I thought I could live an Ice Shard at least. It's just Ice Shard. It's just an Ice Shard. And I've lived crazier things before, but hey, I can't live that. I go into Mist here, though, on this next turn to set up the rain. And pretty much what ends up entailing this is that he's going to withdraw, fearing a water move, especially Scald, and go into Billy, which is going to be the Blue Ranger? I think so. I don't know. But I do go for the Protect just to see what he wants to do. And I actually over-predict here, as I couldn't, like, I over-predicted here. I could have gone for Scald, didn't, and I paid the price, as now Mist is poisoned. Albeit, Scald isn't probably going to do, like, too much. Even though it's in the rain, Bastiodon is basically walking wall. A walking Great Wall of China. And I'm not really going to stay in for that, you know. I'm instead going to go ahead and switch out into Roserade. Why? I have no idea. Maybe it's because I predicted a switch, but it's been a while. And he goes for the Heavy Slam. And you know how heavy Bastiodon is? Enough to 2-hit KO Lilymon. So pretty much at this point, I'm going to go for the Giga Drain, finding out that that does nothing. And like I said, walking Great Wall of China. Who knew Billy was this defensive? And I live on 16 because of that. So I'm thinking, I live on 16. What does this mean? What does this mean? I can switch out. I can use it for later. I can save it for other things. I can go into Michael Bay, set up my rocks, Volt Switch, get out of there, and then be on my merry way. He goes to the Heavy Slam again, though. It's going to do very little to Michael Bay. And we're literally sitting here with 2 massive steel walls up on the battlefield. And literally, this is the biggest stalemate you will ever see in a Wi-Fi battle. Pretty much, we can't touch each other. I do set up my Stealth Rocks, though. Actually, no, I don't. I Rapid Spin first, because this is my best chance that I can. So, I see what I can do there. But, unfortunately, he's going to go for Roar, so I can't really get up my Stealth Rocks right then and there. And he's going to throw me right back out into Mist the Politoed again. And that's not really that good, you know. That is not really that good, because I'm going to get hit with Toxic. And it's pretty much becoming a stall fest. But I'm going to go ahead and go for Scald just to weaken this thing a little bit. I'm assuming he's going to go for Roar. I mean, but actually he doesn't. He actually goes for a Heavy Slam. Because I didn't want to predict him to go for Roar. But he goes for Heavy Slam for some interesting reason. I do resist that. And yeah, so I'm gonna get ahead and get hit by the poison. It's not gonna put me below half, but I am gonna go for Scald here. And from this range, it looks like that will knock it out, but it lives on 1 HP. So that is beyond insanity. And we're back to the biggest stalemate you will ever see in a Wi-Fi battle again. Why couldn't you have just gone down? Come on. Why could you have just not? So now we're back here. And he's going to go to Heavy Slam me instead of Roaring me, which means pretty interesting. But, I mean, all I can do is Volt Switch and Gyro Ball. And Bastiodon is a slow bugger as it is, you know. Even though it's not a bug. And of course it's going to live. Of course it's going to live. I should have gotten up my rocks. I should have just set up the Legos on there because Legos hurt. Speaking of which, I have some Lego candy on this floor. You hear it? It's an addiction. Even though I haven't gotten it in nearly 6 months. And this Gyro Ball is actually going to crit. I don't know if he would have gone for the roar right there, but if he did, then that sucks. So, he's going to bring it back in Zack and go for Super Power, which it's a very questionable play because you're going to get hit with the attack and defense drops, and now you're going to go ahead and take a Gyro Ball. So I think this might have been one of the casual gym leaders, because if I didn't explain this already, there were casual gym leaders. Once they didn't battle too often, but then there were the veteran gym leaders, which they definitely played a lot more. Like, they definitely knew Smogon, how that worked, and then, like, they battled a lot. So he actually goes for Head Smash. This one is actually having his spectacles on, and he's just going to drop Michael Bay in an instant. So, now I'm going to have to go into Static Major. I do have Hidden Power Ice to use on this thing, and I can intimidate it, but the question becomes, do I HP Ice it? It's not going to knock it out because it's from full HP, and I can just go for Volt Switch, you know. But he's going to bring in Tommy, the Tyranitar, to take either hit, because Sandstream is going to come back up. I do have Rain, but instead I actually go for Volt Switch because, like I said, I didn't think Hidden Power Ice from that range would knock it out. So, I'm going to switch out back into Mist to set up the Rain yet again to get this sand off the field. And, unfortunately, Toxic is going to get hit again. Not that I really needed that. But now I can threaten him out with some Scalds. I can just potentially burn him, and he's going to remove the Green Ranger. I think that is that the Green Ranger? I mean, I know Trini here is the Yellow Ranger. So, there you go. And here comes the Scald, which is, it's going to be a 3-hit KO, and it's not very good. I could use this to set up my Rain later, because knowing that he has the Tyranitar, I might want to keep Mist around for Death Fodder to set up the Rain, and then bring in my Kingdra. So, I'd rather do that, and plus, I can just go out into Lilymon and either sack it off. It's most likely to sack it off, because, I mean, I got 16 HP, but he reveals the Calm Mind. And this is going to kind of throw a wrench into everything that I know. Because now, I mean, I only have 4 special attackers and 2 physical attackers. So, he can just sit there and Thunderbolt all day. The only thing I can really do right now is go into Mystery right now as the rain is up. As long as the rain doesn't stop here. Don't stop the pop. But instead, I actually go out into Static Major. Oh, I totally remember why. It's because that I needed to weaken it before it came through. That's all I needed to do. Because if I could weaken it or confuse it as well, if I could just do that, then I could get through this. Like, all I needed to do was weaken it just so Kingdra could come in and deal with it. Because I know for a fact that a waterfall from Kingdra isn't knocking this thing out. So I just needed to weaken it. Even though I was sacking off my Mega Manectric at this point. And there I get the confusion. Very unfortunate as I slam my elbow into my windowsill. Ow! But luckily for him and for me, for the sake of a fair game, he actually does not hurt himself in confusion. And this is perfect, as I am weakening the Raikou, which is exactly what I need. And I go for one more Signal Beam, and it's going to put him at a range where Waterfall will 100% knock out. Then, he actually gets off the hidden power, which, like I said, that's a good thing for the fairness of the game, because that was not my goal. My goal right there was to weaken it so Kingdra could come in, and hopefully the rain doesn't stop. I really hope that I didn't just waste all those turns and then the rain's gonna stop. Then I don't outspeed. But luckily, the rain's still going on, so it's time to bring out Mystery to waterfall this thing, which is great. It's absolutely great. And I do get the knockout on the Raikou, just what I needed, just what the doctor ordered, but that's not what the doctor ordered because Mystery likes to have rain. It likes to be surrounded by that. But here comes Jason, and once again, I don't really want to not lock myself in outrage on this one because I know he has another Pokemon left, the Tyranitar, and I know for a fact that I can't actually do stuff with that because I can't knock this. Well, I could knock this thing out from one shot, but then I won't be able to knock out the Mega Tyranitar. And fun fact, I just spoiled it for you. It is a Mega Tyranitar, but he knocks me out with a Head Smash, surprisingly hitting 2, putting those accuracy IVs in there. But now I go for the Outrage, and it does in fact one-shot it, but I needed the rain to be up. I needed the rain to be up to do this. So now he's going to go ahead and bring out Tyranitar. Now, I am locked into Outrage. So what is going to happen? Yep, it is a Mega Tyranitar. I don't remember what that big robot was with all the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers vehicles, but it is here. And Outrage. Can I get 3 Outrages? This one's going to be close. Ooh, I don't know if that's going to knock it out. Can we live a Stone Edge? And we're going to live on 36. Scratch that. 27 because of the sand. Now, can we get enough? We got the third one. Can we get a high enough roll? Weesna! I just probably yelled, and everybody heard it. But we do get the knockout. We do pick up a so close. Such a close game. That's the closest game I had in the PAX Pokemon League. I do believe I have one more game, so if you want to stick around and see that one, because I think this was my 7th or 6th gym badge. I did pick up all 8 badges. Some of them were a lot shorter, so I didn't end up saving them. I'm not sure why. I should have saved them and then compiled them into one video, you know. But I did try to battle against one of the Elite 4 members or rather Elite trainers. So we're gonna see what that is about coming up pretty soon here. And there was a little bit of a guest appearance as I was doing that, so you're gonna have to figure out who that was. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to catch you back at the top later on, because that's how you do it. Maybe it's not a olive flounder, it's actually a gabfish. Oh, there! I'm throwing shade from me. What are you doing? The greed is real! Come on!